Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin or kaitsim if you're new here, and if you are new here, maybe just hit a subscribe button. I don't know, it's just a thought. You don't have to, but it'd be kind of cool. Today we are creating a shipping container home, and I wanted it to be under 64 tiles. However, I end up adding a fence to the upper or to the roof of the blue shipping container, and therefore ended up being above 64. It's kind of a bummer, but whatever. What are you gonna do? If you wanted to cheat it and delete a section of the fence, I think it would work, and then you wouldn't have to worry about being over 64, and then you could get all of the tier 2 tiny home perks, which would be amazing. But regardless, what are we doing today? What was my goal today? So I wanted to create a shipping container home in Evergreen Harbor right next to all these other shipping containers. And yes, the air is awful here, so playing here wasn't fun. I did play test, but I wanted to create this look where you took 2 shipping containers, maybe that were already finished or had finishes inside of them, and then you just plopped them on top of each other. So the lower half is obviously the deeper blue, so that area of the shipping container is more desaturated, not as bright of colors. There's still some, but nothing crazy like the bright yellow. And then also that get together fence, the metal one, it looks so perfect there. Are you kidding me? Anyways, so I did end up doing that. And so the deeper, I got distracted. The deeper, more desaturated tones are in the first shipping container, and then you go up a yellow ladder into the upper shipping container, which is the bedroom, and it is a bright, colorful, artistic greenhouse vibe. And I did try to mess around with ceilings for a while to get the upper shipping container ceiling to be glass, but it didn't work out, so I ended up deleting that. And right there, I was just adding 4 tiles there for the bathroom, which is great. And it works perfectly because I use the Snowy Escapes shower. So you have your little shower, your toilet, and your sink, and there's no issues getting in and out and all that. Outside, I did have to cut a lot, and I'll explain that more when we get to it, but I added some debug pavers to create a driveway and a walkway, but your Sims can't walk on them, so I ended up having to delete all of it and just add a concrete. I tried to match the concrete that's around the squares, and I ended up using that instead, and then I added a checkered pattern of concrete to lead to the door, so it was kind of something interesting. And so I did cut a lot of that out because it's useless. You can watch me struggle all you want, but when you download it, it's not going to be there. So you'll see a little bit of it just because I couldn't fully cut it out, because some stuff that I did while doing it was kind of necessary and important for the build. But just messing around with windows, I really wanted to try to use those angled windows from Eco Lifestyle, but I just couldn't make it happen. But I do use the Eco Lifestyle floors. I do a deeper floor on the first floor because it's, the darker shipping container. And then I use the bleached wood color on the upper floor. There it is, because it's the bright yellow shipping container. I actually think this house is adorable. This bathroom is potentially one of my favorite bathrooms I've done, only because of the color scheme. It's so small and so cutesy, but it's so bright. This base game tile right here right there, that orange tile is so cute. And the blue did kind of work on the floor, but I wanted to change it. I ended up going with the dark gray, and I think it makes the orange pop a little bit more. And then as far as the shipping container walls, I wanted 2 walls on each floor to be the shipping container material, and then the other walls would be finished drywall. So up here, I end up using this Eco Lifestyle upcycled wood, which is beautiful for that vibe. I also have the Dream Home Decorator wallpaper out there in the living room area, and then this is just a plaster. I love the texture that you get from the plaster finishes, which is why I use them a lot. But once again, like I mentioned, the Snowy Escape shower, then you have your little, I think that's the tiny living toilet, and then the tiny living little sink. So cute. This bathroom is so pretty. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. And I end up adding just some clutter. I think I add definitely a mirror, but a little shelf, probably from Tiny Living also, above the toilet. And Dream Home Decorator mirror. I had my little hand towel, which I got to use the orange one, which is so cute. Tiny Living shelf, like I guessed. And then I think I had a yellow robe. Oh, gosh, tell me that bathroom's not beautiful. I struggled for a little bit to find a piece of artwork to go right there on that wall. I do end up finding something. I believe it is from City Living, if I'm not mistaken. And I also messed around with rugs in here, but it was impossible. There's nothing looked right, you know, because like I can't put a rug in the shower. And if I just like sized down a rug and put it in front of the sink, it just felt like it wasn't in the right spot. So I ended up not using a rug at all. And we're gonna find my beautiful artwork I was mentioning and then move on to the kitchen. I believe I end up using that City Living piece, but I could be wrong. Let's keep looking. Let's figure out what happens here. Yeah, City Living. I think that picture is really nice. I do really enjoy it. When I was doing the kitchen, I had to cut a lot of my debug scrolling out because it took me forever to even find anything when I was doing this build. But I ended up doing this kitchen layout where I used the Dream Home Decorator counters and the Cottage Living fridge because I just love the Cottage Living fridge. It's so cute. But at the time that I was making this, I didn't realize, or actually I didn't even know, that you could use the corner cabinets as prep counters. I thought that they were unusable, so I wanted to have at least one counter for your sim to use, so I don't end up putting a sink in the kitchen. I put a dishwasher though. You could put a sink where I end up having the dishwasher, so using Move Objects, I can put the stove top and the oven in the same, from Dream Home Decorator, in the same counter, whatever, and then I add the dishwasher to the counter underneath the window. You can change that out and add a sink because your sim can use that corner cabinet to prep. I did end up cluttering that cabinet though because I have a free one, so if you do want to do that, you'll have to get rid of the clutter on the counter, which is fine. But you also have a sink in the bathroom, and can we be honest, sims always use the bathroom anyways. They're never going to use that sink in the kitchen, so dishwasher's fine, I think. I'm just adding some upper cabinets here. Just wanted to give something. And I feel like it's such a cute little kitchen. I adored this kitchen. That Eco Lifestyle vase set is so cute. And then something I scrolled for forever, which I ended up obviously cutting out, is I wanted a cutting board to put those things on top of. I ended up finding this board from Snowy Escapes and Debug. However, I knew I had a cutting board and I was like, I know there's one in here. I'm gonna search for it and I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna figure this out, okay? The cutting board I thought I had, it is custom content. So of course it wasn't showing up because I have Better Build Buy and custom content shut off, and I didn't want to use custom content. But in my brain, I could use it. I knew I had one and I needed to do it, but it didn't actually exist. So we ended up going with that Snowy Escapes little board instead, and then I just put those vases on top and tuck it into the corner. And I will come back to the kitchen and add a hair more clutter later, but right now we're doing like a quote-unquote entryway. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not much of an entryway. You have your little like gardening shelf, some shoes, and an umbrella stand, and then I add one piece of artwork outside the bathroom, and then a sconce to the wall next to the bathroom, just because this tiny little hallway needed something, but I mean, it's really small, so we didn't want to go crazy. Yeah, that cutie pie, I tried to put two, but I end up just making it one, I think. Or I don't, and I keep it as two. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. This sconce from Dream Home Decorator is really pretty, and I did like the yellow swatch given the like yellow in the build. And then in here, I end up going with these sectional sofas from, I considered doing a dining table, and then I was like, that's never gonna work. I'll just put dining upstairs on the patio, which I did. So I ended up using these sectional sofas from Dream Home Decorator when I was playtesting, because I also put a little like TV unit on the wall next to the sliding door. When I was playtesting, your sim couldn't get up the ladder, so I do end up, before I upload it, I shift everything over, so the sofas kind of clip. You can still sit on them, but they kind of clip a little bit, but I needed to move them so your sim could get to your ladder. So just be aware of that. It's not going to look exactly like this, and you will have slight clipping. You could technically delete one of the pieces of the sectional, but I didn't like the way that that looked because proportionally it felt too small then with the chaise on one end. So if you don't like the way that the clipping looks, then go ahead and update it yourself or add a different sofa or whatever. But I wanted to keep my little pink sectional. I also thought it worked really well with the wallpaper from Dream Home Decorator. And then I grabbed that Seasons buffet thing. And what I really liked about that is it looks kind of like you're storing some stuff for the kitchen in it, which was really cute. And then I end up going through and I find this paranormal stuff, like macrame piece is so pretty. I love that. So I end up sizing it down and putting it underneath the Blooming Rooms kit, like angled shelf thing. And what's amazing is it's so hard to find a place for that shelf to fit into a build, but I feel like it works really well here. Look at that. Size down once, and then the paranormal stuff like macrame, or whatever you want to call it, feels like it fits the like boho-y vibe super well. So we're just trying to find a little rug to go into the kitchen. And then I do a little angled action. Ugh, look at me being all artsy and stuff. Who do I think I am? And now we are upstairs doing the dining that I was mentioning. So since I couldn't fit it in the house, I wanted to put dining somewhere. So I did put a little bit of dining up here on the patio. The only problem is that no, she did bring food up here to use it when I was playtesting. But your Sims, they can sit on the couch, so it's not a huge deal. And I also end up later on doing some outdoor seating as well. So if they want to do like on the first floor, so if they want to go outside into their like quote unquote backyard, they can do that. But we're just doing some fun stuff out here. I ended up adding solar panels to the top of the shipping containers because I felt like it would be exactly what a person living in converted shipping containers would want. And then I had a few gardening boxes and this watering can from Debugs. I thought it was really cute. When I was playtesting, for some reason, if you click on the first like planter box, it won't let you do it. She'll say that she can't, but then if you give the command on the second planter box, she'll do all three. I'm not sure why she couldn't do it when I just clicked on the first one, but whatever. You can do all three if you just click on the second or third and it'll be fine. I end up changing out this plant in the corner instead of that little like citrus plant to this one from Eco Lifestyle. And then I add, I believe, the plants from Snowy Escapes over by the door. The door out to the patio, I think I skipped by that pretty quick because it was a quick little section of the build. But instead of doing a sliding door, I ended up using this door from Spa Day because I felt like it matched the windows a lot better and it looked more cohesive and the height of it was perfect. And so that's what I ended up doing out there. So a sliding door would probably be more logical as to what they're using, but it visually looked better with that other door. I ended up using this bed from Dream Home Decorator and I pushed it against the wall. And I mess around with side tables for a while and I struggle with the layout of the room up here, but I end up making it so the dresser from Tiny Living, the little like short, or it's not even really short, it's a little taller, skinnier dresser, ends up going as the nightstand, and then I end up putting a desk over there instead on that wall where I'm struggling to put a dresser right now. So it ends up getting adjusted. So this dresser, the one that I just pulled out, we're going to delete the extra skinny one and move that one over there. We're going to add a little clutter to the top of that, a nice pothos plant because that's the best plant in the game. Thank you, Blooming Rooms kit. And then I add, it's like a little tray with a book and candles in it. I don't know what it's from. Let's see if I can see. Ah, Tiny Living. Perfect. So that goes up there. And then I end up adding the desk from Paranormal Stuff because it's bright yellow and it was so cute for this build. I was so excited when I saw the yellow swatch. Look at how cute that is. And then the Paranormal Stuff chairs. Are you kidding me? I don't know what it is about that Paranormal Stuff chair, but I love it. I do move the easel over into that corner and then I add a bunch of plants and some clutter in the corner with the easel as well. But instead of putting plants next to this desk like I'm trying to, I end up finding a really cool bookcase from Snowy Escapes that's like open. So I put it as kind of like a room divider, and the beauty of that is I can clutter it up and have things face both directions. So one towards the bed or two towards the desk. And then it kind of feels like a really functional room divider. And then these Tiny Living pieces of artwork, if you size them down once, you can create this really cute little gallery wall like I did here. I really enjoy that. I think it's really sweet. And those like leaf prints are just the cutest things. Underneath the easel, I also put that dance floor from, I think it's City Living, that looks like cardboard. And I think that's like the perfect thing to use when you have like an easel in the middle of a room or something, because it just feels really realistic. There's that snowy escape. Tell me that's not beautiful. And then you can clutter it up. I added like little boxes. I ended up moving that rubber tree that's right there because obviously your sim can't get off the ladder. So I do end up moving that. I think right now, actually. I lied. I clutter first. Hello. My dog's growling. So here I am cluttering this up. I have like the little yellow boxes. I have that big like cube thing. I had that little llama bag in 2 seconds, I'm pretty sure. And then on the, oh no, I put this paranormal stuff little vase, which is so cute. And then I found these gardening supplies from the debug menu, and I thought they were perfect for this. So I put them on the lower shelf. Like maybe she brings her extra watering can and things inside after she gardens. And then the rubber plant, like I mentioned, and then I added those little plants from Tiny Living. Where are those from? No, Eco Lifestyle. And then I end up coming back in here later and I add the Eco Lifestyle prints that are like leaning against the wall in the corner, like she finished those and then is working on something else. I add that one planter box inside, and then I think we're gonna end up heading outside. Oh, I had a bee box because I think that's perfect for a little eco gal. So we're gonna head outside in 2 seconds. Nope, we're gonna clutter up the top of this. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. It's fine. I know exactly what I'm doing. I do clutter this up a little bit. I add there's like this little alpaca, that little like alpaca llama thing that's made out of clay, I think, but it's in the debug menu and I think it's a really cute decoration. So I use that a lot. And then I added that little bookshelf, like the tabletop bookshelf. So you do have a bookshelf in this build, since we couldn't fit over at one. So there is some functionality there. And then I think I add a lamp. What else do I add on here? I'm not even confident. Oh, I had that little vase. That was actually really cute. So I doubled up the bookshelf and then I put them super close together like that. So it looks like you have even more books than just the one stand. I feel like sometimes with the just simple one, it can get really, like it just looks really puny or tiny. So I do like to double them up a lot. I also add the tray, like the water tray thing from Eco Lifestyle onto the Tiny Living coffee table that is in this room. I have that teapot from Cottage Living, but it goes away and I add the tray soon. And then now is when I'm coming back in the kitchen to clutter it up. I add the utensils from the clutter, and then this cookie jar, as well as a bag, like a grocery delivery bag that comes with the debug of Cottage Living, because I think it looks really cute to have that as like a lived-in clutter situation where you just have like a bag of groceries like tucked in the corner and you just haven't had a chance to put them away yet. I think it's so cute. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it, but I am. And so I constantly put it over there. Look at that. It's so stinking cute. Like, tell me that's not adorable. And then your little cookie jar. Ugh, stop it. I originally put down that utensil bin, but like, talk about the ugliest utensil bin in the game. Utensil container, whatever. So I end up finding the one that I want. It just takes me a hot second because what's strange is if you search utensils, the good utensil thing doesn't come up. So I have to like go searching for it. And I knew it was in the clutter for the kitchen, but then I have to dig through all this debug stuff because there it is. See? But if I search utensils, it doesn't come up. Why? I don't know. What I love about Better Build and Buy is I can just have everything easily available to me without having to search debug. And it is relatively organized. So that is super helpful. Right there is where I cut because I took the time to place all of those pavers and then have this cutie pie little car underneath. The yellow car looks almost like it could be electric. I don't know. And then I placed the pavers super cute over here too. Problem is, she can't walk on it. So I'm blocking both entrances and she couldn't even get inside. So I had to delete everything. So I kept it because it's just 2 seconds and then I add some plants and the mailbox and things like that. So I did need to have it because I added the car and I didn't want to skip too much. I scroll around for a long time and just find plants that I want. This is something I do with a lot of my builds, especially when I'm going through debug. The benefit of Better Build Buy is you can use the eyedropper tool to find your plants. However, sometimes if I'm just already scrolling through the plants and I see a bunch that I like, I'll pull them out and just put them on the ground, and then I can use the eyedropper to duplicate them later but at least then I don't have to go searching for them again. At the moment, we are going to be taking the shipping containers from Debug and we are going to add them to the lot to make it look like almost like a makeshift fence, like a privacy fence. So I end up using a Debug fence or a real fence. Which one? Not confident. To block off the backyard. I think it's Debug. It's definitely Debug. She walks right through it. I remember now. But I put that fence there and then the shipping containers act as like the back corners of the fencing, which I think is super fun. I thought it was adorable. So I end up doing that and then adding like grass in there so it looks like they added a lawn to their super industrial shipping container home, and some furniture, a ton of plants and trees and things. The one thing that I was super excited about, which we'll get to in a little bit, I mess around with the outside for a little bit before I come up with like the exact thing I want. But one thing that I absolutely loved was I used the string lights from, what was it? Cottage Living. So there's string lights in Debug of Cottage Living, and I used them and I sized them down, I think, and then just once. And then I end up going in and I make it look like they're hanging from the trees on either side of the fence. And I thought it was so cute. So here I'm just doing some terrain paint, like I mentioned, and I erased the edges so it didn't look like it was like a perfect amount of grass. Like you planted your own grass, but it's not perfect on the edges because of the, pre-existing ground and the shipping containers and all that jazz. And then I add a fire pit and some outdoor stuff. And then the build's going to be kind of done. So if you just want to watch and enjoy me do a ton of landscaping and terrain paint and messing around with things from Debug, then feel free. But if you like this video, please like it. Leave a comment down below if you have any other ideas of things that you want me to build. If you want more shipping containers, maybe different vibes, different styles, maybe for a different career, like specific careers. I really like the Eco Lifestyle pack. I like the furniture. I think it's really nice. So I would love to use it again. But if you enjoyed this, also comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it, what your favorite part is, if you could see yourself living here, any suggestions on things I could do next time, or any, I don't know, just telling me things that you thought would have worked, or if I struggled with something, how I could get around it, But if you haven't already, please subscribe and come back because I do all sorts of builds and Let's Plays and all sorts of fun jazz on this channel, and I would really appreciate it if you got to hang out with us. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, week, month, and year, and I will see you all next time. Enjoy the rest of the build. Bye.